Suzy Vivian is here with us now. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Had a nice Christmas. How was your holidays?
It was good. Yeah, I got to spend time with family. It was awesome.
Yeah. Now you've got a brand new book out which is called The Blue Orb. What is that book about, first of all?
It's about some witches who have found a talisman of great power. It's called the Blue Orb. And with that, they want to rule the world. And since they are very evil, a young woman by the name of Jasmine found out that they have it or suspects they have it and decided she has to get it away from them. And so she does find a way when the witches are gone, except for this one little witch that likes to take a nap in the sun. She gets into the castle, sneaks in there, grabs the orb and takes off with it. And so then the chase is on. The witches come back and they find out she's taken the orb. The little witch woke up and starts screaming, and they come back, and the witches send the wolves after him. So then she's chased because she has the orb, of course, and so she finds the castle of a powerful wizard by the name of Zarcon, and so they plot how to keep this orb away from the witches, and so they have to go on this journey and decide where they want to confront the witches. And along the way they have lots of adventures with monsters and magic, and the witches are forever chasing them. And so that's kind of the basic story.
Yeah. It sounds very interesting. Was there anything that inspired you to come up with the story, or did it just come out of nowhere?
Well, I kind of, it kind of came out of nowhere. I've always loved science fiction and fantasy novels. They've just been my favorite. And I thought, well, maybe I'll write one. My husband at the time encouraged me to go ahead and write because he liked the way I wrote. So, okay, so it had to be magic. And so I had to figure out a talisman and who would make it and all of that. And it was a fun process I had creating this novel and turning it into something that I liked and hoped other people would as well.
Yeah. And how long did it take you to write it? Are you quite quick when you write books, or does it sometimes take you a bit of time to come up with the whole story?
The story came together pretty quickly. I had challenged myself to write a bunch of words every night for a month, and I came up with this story. But the hard thing was the editing process and straightening up this story. That was a rough draft, and so it took me so long, like forever, to finally get it edited, and I had some help in that to get it edited to where I wanted it to be. So that was the hard part, was the editing process.
Yeah, absolutely, because you want it to be perfect. Did you have to get a lot of people to read over it to spot mistakes that you might not necessarily notice?
Yeah, I had several people giving me help with it. Ultimately, I just had to figure it out for myself, but that was just the hard part, was trying to fine tune it and make the timeline accurate, so I didn't have too many things happening at the wrong time. That was something I hadn't looked forward to, was the whole timeline thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you publish this book yourself, or did you have to find a publisher who was willing to take it on?
I actually self-published my book, and I'm still hoping some publishing house will take it on. But meantime, I'm selling it on Amazon and on my website, and trying to get it on Barnes and Noble and those two. I have marketing campaign to get it in all those places too. So yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much self-done.
Yeah. Is writing your full-time thing, or is it just something you like to do just for a bit of fun?
It's been something that I just kind of enjoyed doing. I need to make it a full-time thing because I'm writing a second book. And it's funny, I'm retired, and so it's harder than it should be. It seems like to sit down and write, And I can't. I just put it off,
Yeah. Absolutely. What do you do to keep you going when you just don't feel like writing on certain days and nights?
Well, I have to come into my computer and make myself look at what I've written, and then where are we going to go from here, that kind of thing. I just have to make myself do it, and sometimes it's harder than others, but I still feel like I have to at least do a chapter when I sit down and do it, a couple of chapters, and then at least I'm making progress,
Yeah, absolutely. So what else do you like to do in your free time when you're not spending all your time writing books? Is there anything you like to get up to in those times?
Well, I like to go for walks, and YouTube is a fun place for me to go learn new things. It's interesting. It's always interesting. And yeah, a little Netflix at night when I get tired and that. So I don't really have a terribly active life.
Yeah.
Especially with COVID, it kind of puts a clamp on doing very much.
Yeah, for sure. Now, do you have any favourite books yourself that you have loved to read, or even just authors in general that have inspired you, I suppose?
Oh, yes. I have loved Lord of the Rings, of course. J.R. Tolkien is my absolute favorite. But another one is Terry Pratchett. He's hilarious. I love his books, too. He cracks me up so bad. I've been out eating lunch and reading one of his books, and I just laugh out loud. He's just hilarious. So he's one of my favorites too. And I do like some of Stephen King and Dean. What is his last name? Anyway, there's some, but my favorites are J.R. Oh, and I like the one that's, oh, good heavens. The one that's a movie now, a series on Netflix. Good heavens. George Martin?
Oh,
Is that
Game of
who it
Thrones hero.
Yes, Game of Thrones. Oh, my word.
Yeah.
I hate it when my brain goes numb.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are my favorites.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you have any other books you're planning on writing, or is this just it for now?
Well, I am writing a sequel to the Blue Orb. I'm not sure of the title yet, but so far it's Monsters in the Mist, and it's taken from one of the monsters in the Blue Orb. So, I'm working on that one. I've got several chapters, and it's about 70 pages so far. So I just keep whacking at it, hoping I get done pretty soon.
Yep. Well, where are we able to check out the current book everywhere while we can at the moment?
They're available on Amazon right now, and there's some reviews of it there. And then I have a website, SuzyVivian.com, that is more information about me and my book. You can buy my book there as well. And so far, that's where we're at. Great.
Well, thank you very much for coming on the show today. Sounds like a very interesting book.
Yeah, I hope people will enjoy it. It was fun to write.
Yeah.